Hello and welcome to the orientation video for Math 225. So I'm currently on Blackboard. Um, I have a tab for the syllabus where the syllabus is. It is also in the course materials, but I'm going to go through the syllabus with you currently. All right, so you can download this if you want, or you can just access it via Blackboard. There's a PDF here. All right, so this is an online course, and the modality is anytime. So I don't have anything, no planned lecture times, no planned anything like that. I'm an adjunct, don't really have office hours, but I've got an email address up here. So there's my email address up top. That's really how you're going to get a hold of me. I will monitor email in general, possibly even late into the night, but my general rule for email is if you send me an email, you should receive a response within 24 hours. If your email does not require a response, like you're just letting me know something, I may not respond. So keep that in mind as well. But if you're asking a question and it's clear that I'm supposed to reply, it should be done within 24 hours. If not, try again, please. All right, so a couple things of note. Last day to withdraw from the class is 4/26. This here. So I'm not going to be dropping you from the class. If you want to drop, that you need to take it upon yourself to do that. Your grades will be in Blackboard, so you'll have a good idea where you stand. Last day to drop for 100% refund is also there, and that's pretty soon. All right, again, there's the email. I think if you use the phone, it just shoots me an email, so please just email me as opposed to trying to leave a message or anything like that. All right, course description and outcomes all on this. Let's see. All right, so I'm not requiring that you use a textbook. However, I'm providing a textbook here. There's an OpenStax. It's free. I've got a PDF on Blackboard. The book, so course materials. These are the units. So everything's broken down by week once you go into one of these folders. So week 1 will actually have the book here. So that's where it is. You can get the PDF right there. It's a reasonably good business statistic book. I'm going to be teaching you mostly via video, but if you really want to read more about what's going on with a given topic, this will work. I noticed a couple slight differences as far as criteria for testing that I'll probably mention in an email later on when we get to that unit. But for the most part, the book follows almost exactly what we're doing. So that'll be good. It does not follow the same chapters. So I made my own chapters, essentially. I based it off a different book from years ago. But the actual stuff is presented in the same order, at least. And I think I've written that there. Chapter numbering is different, but the order is the same. All right, so you're going to need a TI-84 calculator. Before you could use a TI-83, but a TI-84 you should be able to find it with a reasonable proximity to a TI-83. There are certain things that the 83 can't do, so they pretty much want you to use an 84. You need to have, this is a online course. You need to have reliable internet and some sort of computer, laptop, something with which you can take a test or get onto Blackboard, that sort of thing. If you need something like that, you can check something out at the library. It looks like you can request a Chromebook for the semester. However, there's a first come, first served basis, so please keep that in mind. The final exam, I may or may not use HonorLock for it, but I'm going to go with the premise that I'm going to, in which case you'll need to have a working camera, a microphone, and a speaker for whatever computer you're using, at least for the final. So again, keep that in mind if you need to get a Chromebook that has something like that prior to the end. All right, so I'm going to be giving, I think it's 11 homework assignments. When we get to later on, it's like 11 or 12 homework assignments. I'm going to drop the lowest two before averaging them. And I think I've got that written down here. Yeah, I will drop your two lowest homework grades before averaging them. So this is for a couple of things. Normally I do the homework as sort of in-class partial attendance participation sort of grade. This online course doesn't work that way. Uh, so normally, at most I would drop one. I'm going to drop two homework grades before averaging them. That way, if you get one in late or don't get one in at all or something like that, it's not going to kill you. And so I'm not going to take these late. Again, treat them kind of like as a participation sort of grade or an attendance sort of grade as well. I will be grading them for content, of course, but that's in part of what they are. They're not too rigorous, so you'll have a week to do each of them. That should be sufficient, since again, a lot of times normally you would just have 50 minutes in class. The exams, there's going to be four unit exams. The timing, how much time limit I'm going to give you will differ for each of them. The first one I would normally give 50 minutes for. I'm giving you an hour and a half. I'm going to try to do that, give about an extra 30 minutes due to technology for these tests for you. So I'll factor that in when allowing it. But what I'm going to try to do, and I've done the first one, is create an actual exam on Blackboard. So you can go in, if it's multiple choice, you click on the right answer, or if it's one that requires multiple right answers, you can click on multiples, whatever. If it's a short answer question, I'll leave it like an essay form where you can type in your answer. The problems are going to come where like work needs to be shown. And I've got a backup for that. And let's go to where the test is. So in here, the test, course materials, unit 1. So exam 1 finished by 11:59 on the 9th. So that'd be February 9th. Let's go in there. So this is the week for that. Now, right now, you won't see this exam 1. This actually item is hidden from students. It will be available after February 8th. So it'll be available February 8th at midnight, so 12 in the morning, 12:01, whatever. And you won't be able, it'll be up until it's due, which will be the next day, February 9th. And you'll need 90 minutes to take the exam. Once you access it, that's when your clock starts. There's one of the questions that you've got to draw something on. I didn't find a draw function in it, and even if you had, drawing with the mouse is not ideal. So what you can do is use scratch paper for that. And in this thing below it, this exam 1 uploads, you upload either an image of your notes, or you can put the image into a document that you can upload here. It'll be done in a similar fashion as if it was homework, which you'll have 2 homework assignments due before this to at least train you how to do this. And actually something else I'll have you upload as well as an initial practice. Now, I've got this large font, bold nonsense that says submissions received more than 90 minutes after you access the exam will not count. So again, the exam is made for a 50-minute test. You've got 90 minutes. So that should be more than enough time to, figure out the technology and get it uploaded to here. If you have problems uploading it, email it to me. You've got my email address. Just shoot me an email with the image or whatever. And you can also, if you've got other problems that may require some work other than just the one problem I note on the test when you're taking it, hey, you should do parts A and B or parts 1 and 2 on notebook paper for this. You can submit all of those. If you know, maybe you made a slip up in arithmetic that I can see on your work. I can give you partial credit for that if it's warranted, that sort of thing. So you can always upload your scratch work for the tests. Well, the actual tests on Blackboard will require you to just type in the answer, or you know, type in the short answer solution, whatever it might be. All right, back to the syllabus. Again, generally, you've got a two-day window, so a 48-hour window to take these exams, and you will have you'll need 90 minutes or 2 hours for some of them to take these things. So as long as you can find a 2 hour block in a 48-hour time frame, that should be doable for most anybody. Um, at any rate, generally no makeup exams. However, if you feel you have extenuating circumstances, you can email me prior to, within 24 hours of the exam. I'm going to need some sort of documentation indicating why, and then I'll make a judgment call on that. I've got the final exam for the 18th and 19th. I may extend that, not extend. I may also include the 17th on that, which I believe is the Monday of that week. So if I do change it and add that day, that'll give you a 3-day window instead of two. I don't think it really matters. Unless you've got like a hardship, if you've got too many other exams going on those days, just let me know and we can work something out. Again, I'll have it on Blackboard, so I may have to do one specifically for you, or I've toyed with having the Blackboard generate questions for each individual. So I'll probably have that all set up so it shouldn't matter like when it's taken, as long as it's done, by the 19th. If so, early is fine. If you need to take it later than that, we'll see. I think finals end on that Thursday though, so right, I've got to have all stuff in by then. So again, keep that in mind. But if you're slammed with exams on a given day, let me know. Okay. Let's see. So and that's talking about this late work policy, which I've just mentioned. All right, so I've got this thing here. Read the announcements. I'm going to be making a weekly announcement. You need to be able to read these announcements. Now, they should go to your email, so make sure you're viewing the email that this goes to. So if you don't want to look at your Harper email or wherever the heck it goes, then forward it to whatever email you're going to look at, because you need to be looking at this. Otherwise, you could miss some pertinent information, some changes in subject matter or due dates or whatever. So please be looking at these. Just if you're not looking at the announcements, is not excuse for missing out on stuff. I'm going to use that liberally. I'll also tell you when your exam is graded, your homeworks are graded, that sort of thing. All right, so down to, there's a lot of other information that's good, but this is a weekly schedule, and actually this should probably say chapters 1 and 2 for week 1, so I'll update that prior to submitting, prior to opening up Blackboard. But at any rate, these are when the pertinent stuff is due. I've got the weeks broken up into, from like Tuesday to Monday for most part, or if you have an exam week, it goes from like Tuesday to the next Tuesday, whenever the thing ends. So like the actual week of chapter 1 goes from, I would say, I think the 20th is Tuesday. Let me check that. No, 19th. So from the 19th to the 25th. So I'm ending these on Monday for the most part. But again, with an exam 1, February 9th here, that's on a Tuesday, because I'm giving you Monday and Tuesday to take the exams. So that'll be a 2-day window for the exam. The homework you'll have a week to do it. That shouldn't be a hardship. Again, I'll have the final exam on May 18th and 19th. I should be giving you 2.5 hours for that. I've got it written up in that, because normally I would make that a 2-hour test, so that extra half an hour will be the technology stuff. And then this shows you my chapters, and these chapters are going to be based on the videos that I make. I kind of label the chapters. So you'll have a test on all chapters except for chapter 11 going into the final. Chapter 11 is on a subject matter called regression, which is actually one of the easier subject matters of the course. So hopefully that won't be bad. Also, that specific homework assignment, this one here, homework 11, it's due on May 16th. I believe that's a Sunday night. So that'll deviate, but I wanted to have it done by then so I can, maybe give you the solutions, have time to grade them before the exam, your final exam time begins. That's the reason for a little bit less time there. You have a day less, essentially, to get that accomplished. All right, so at the end of this orientation, at the end of the syllabus, you have this documentation of understanding that you need to fill out and email to me. Now, if you have some sort of editor for a PDF and just want to edit the whole thing, that's great. If you can save just this last page and upload just this last page, that'd be great. There's a spot to do it. That's week 1. So in week 1, orientation page, this is where you're going to be filling it out and uploading it. All right, you get the syllabus here, the orientation page. Want you to fill out the last page of the syllabus, which is this. So fill out your understanding, sign these as best you can with a mouse or whatnot, however it's got it set up. If you need to print out the last page, fill it out, take a picture of it, you can submit it that way too. All right. So the breakdown of given week. First thing, the tasks to be completed. And then, kind of the order of how you should do things. Orientation video, there's no link for a video because, well, I'm making it right now. So there'll be a link here for the video, which will attach to YouTube and so forth. Syllabus. All right. All right, so I did not make the videos for chapter 1, but chapter 1 is really just a bunch of definitions and kind of meaning of statistics and kind of the different way to test, way to sample, that sort of thing. So I'm using the Math 165 playlist. So these here are playlists that, could be, 8 to 10, 8 to 12 different little short videos that you can watch. These will go over the different terms in the book. I've got another one of those. I'll go over that in a second. So I've got another one of those playlists right here, which is a supplement to these videos that I've made. So these chapter 2.1, 2.2, and so forth are ones that I've made that hopefully will focus most of the material that you need. But I've added this playlist here, is how to create a histogram. There's a question on the homework that does that. And I really don't cover the creation of it in these so much, so you can go over how to do that in here. And it'll give you some insight in some of the same sort of things that I'm talking about up there. And again, that playlist consists of several videos, generally short. For each chapter and units, we have these. This is a Quizlet thing, so let me click on this real quick. And then go to this link. So basically, it's like a flashcards. Population. You go over. You can click on the back, click on the card to see what the definition of it is. You've got the definition. You kind of like an index card, only they're going to do it for you. They're going to shuffle them for you, and they've got all the different terms for these. These are made up for what Math 082, which was a precursor to this class. I don't think they have it anymore, but essentially it's, again, all the same terms. So I've got a different one for the unit as well. Let's see, and then the homework. So here's the homework PDF. You click on it. These are the different questions. If you've got an editor, you want to just fill it in here and then save it and then re-upload it, you can. Make sure you download it first. Clicking on download, it will download. You can print it out. You can, if you want to just do it all in notebook paper, you can do that. If you don't have a printer, that's fine. You do need some way to upload it. So you would like click on homework. Let me see if I can do this. Let's turn this off. Should be able to just click on homework and submit. So here's the assignments. It's a due date. You can write a submission, but typically you can browse the local files to go get your submission, and then, go find the file that you've got, whether there be images or whatnot. Also, once you're done, make sure you view what you've submitted. This is important, especially, if you've got exam questions like that. But I guess for the homework as well, if you just submit the blank PDF document that I've provided, which has happened, you're not going to get any points. Whether or not you actually did it and just uploaded the wrong thing, you are responsible to look at that and verify that it's correct and verify that you have the stuff. All right. And I'm not going to submit that, so that'll be that. You'll have a grade center. Go look at my grades, and this will show what's upcoming. These are the only things I have up right now. More will come. Again, exam 1 uploads as an assignment. You won't. I don't see the exam 1 on here, even though it's due. It'll be due the same time the uploads is due. But that may be part and parcel because you can't actually see it yet. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, so it doesn't even show up if I turn the editor off. So if I turn it on, I can see it, but you can't. So again, this will show up on February 8th. All right, well, at any rate, if you have questions, please email me. Remember to get that orientation or the last page of the syllabus filled in and uploaded. If you see any glaring mistakes on the syllabus, like, I don't know, something's due in the wrong year or something like that, please let me know. I certainly make mistakes, so I want to rectify those as soon as possible. All right, have a good semester, and again, email me with questions.